Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe on Friday declared a state of disaster in many rural areas hit by a severe drought, with more than a quarter of the population facing food shortages. A regional drought worsened by the El Niño weather phenomenon has affected South Africa, Malawi and Zambia as well as Zimbabwe, leaving tens of thousands of cattle dead, dams depleted and crops written off. Formerly known as a breadbasket of Africa, Zimbabwe has suffered perennial shortages in recent years and has relied on importing grain from neighboring countries to meet its needs. Even Zimbabwe's capital, Harare, has not been spared the crunch. Officials there are scrambling to find solutions as the taps run dry.
Our raw water is heavily polluted, which is making us use a lot of treatment chemicals, and maybe it's also forcing us to reduce the amount of water that we are treating because of the heavy pollution.
The World Food Programme's top official in Zimbabwe on Friday welcomed President Robert Mugabe's declaration of a state of disaster in the wake of a severe drought.
We very much welcome the government's declaration of emergency. As you know, we've been doing preparedness and contingency planning for the last 3 months, and we started seeing all indications of a deterioration in the food security status of the rural areas.
The situation is especially acute, as a decline in economy and rising unemployment have made life hard for many people. About a quarter of the population of 13 million people will need food aid.
We are seeing donor fatigue. There are too many life-saving operations across the globe, and donors have to juggle around to prioritize the meager resources that they have. Now, we know here that this is a life-saving situation. So by declaring this drought emergency and providing clear evidence of the extent to which this is going to impact on the lives of people, it puts Zimbabwe and the Southern African region into a focus where donors, the international community, would recognize that, yes, we have a major problem in our hands.
An earlier assessment by government and WFP towards the close of 2015 seemed to suggest that at least 1.5 million Zimbabweans would be food insecure in the 2016-2017 cropping season. Now, more recent data suggests that more than double the original estimates will require food assistance as an El Niño-induced drought ravages the southern African country. Maria Galang, CCTV.